Hi, I'm Bill,
I'm Laurie.
and welcome to the Laurie and Bill Retired channel. So, we're on our way home from 4 days down at the Pickleball National Championships in Indian Wells, California. And so, we thought we'd have some stew tonight and give us a great opportunity to check out our Jackery Explorer 1500. Does it have enough power to cook stew using our 6-quart Instapot? So, Lori, why don't you let everyone know what we're doing tonight as far as the recipe?
Well, I have about a pound and a half to 2 pounds of stew meat, and I already seasoned it with a little salt and pepper and dusted it with some flour. And I'm sauteing it in our Instant Pot. And I'm going to have to do it in batches because you don't want to crowd the meat so that it would nicely brown.
Yeah, we had a great 3 days watching the pro level play at the Nationals. Just if you're not familiar with pickleball and you're looking for an activity, you might want to check it out. Um, It's played on a court similar to a tennis court, and use paddles, and you use kind of like a wiffle ball, and it's just a lot of fun. Both Lori and I are players. We haven't been doing any tournaments recently, but we enjoy going down and watching both the amateur level play at the Nationals and, in particular, the pro play. Boy, we're cooking there.
Cooking with gas,
Actually,
but cooking with
with
electricity
electric.
actually.
Okay, well that's gonna. I'm not gonna get any off this
Oh, here,
handicap
you
here.
want to look at the meat?
So let me tell you about the Jackery. It was at 95%. So let's see if we can get a reading on the. We're already at 89%, and it is drawing 850 watts. So at that rate, though, it's telling us we have 13 hours of power available. Now, with our other Jackery 1000, and I think we had, what, a 3-quart?
A 3-quart.
What we found out is right now in the process of braising or browning the meat, sauteing the meat or whatever, um, the power consumption is high. But then when we get to the point where the meat has been prepared and it's time to put in the vegetables and the um, soup stock and that, then the power utilization will drop down. So,
It almost drops down to nothing, actually, huh?
yeah, we'll see with this 6-quart here. All right, so since we've got some browning to do here, we'll be back in a little bit. And as Lori said, wow, the smoke is just. Oh, let me just mention what we're tonight. We're having a Zinfandel. We found this at Costco, and for $23, which is about double what we normally spend for a bottle of wine at Costco. We generally do the $9.99 dollar bottles of wine, or the Kirkland Rioja for, I think it's like $6.99. But this is a very nice Zinfandel, $23 at Costco. It's called Saldo, and it's made by the people that make the Prisoner Wine Company. I don't know if you've come across the Prisoner. And elsewhere, other than Costco, I see this bottle listing for $35. So really enjoy the taste of this Zin. And if you're a Zin drinker and the Costco near you has it, you might want to pick up a bottle. And if you do, then let us know. Put it in comments. What did you think of the wine? Or if you have a particular wine that you like to pair with your food, why don't you call that out in the comments as well? And before we step away for a minute, let's just take another check on the power consumption on the Jackery.
Oh,
Okay, so we're down to 86% now. I think you just dropped down to 4 watts.
Well, I just turned it down. That's why.
Okay. All right.
So I'm going to put in the next batch of meat.
Okay, and we'll be back once that batch is done, and then we'll take it from there. Be right back. It's been about 7 or 8 minutes, and Laurie's just finishing up sautéing the second batch of meat. And what we're going to do here is, once the meat comes out, Laurie's going to let the Instapot cool a little bit, I think, right?
Well,
Or are you just going to put your
I'm
onions
just going
in?
to put my onions right in.
Okay.
And there's a lot of fond on the bottom of the pot, and the onions will help bring it up and mix it, make it more flavorful.
And for those of you that may be tuning into the channel for the first time, behind us is our 2022 Winnebago Solus 59PX, and it's the hardtop. We don't have the pop-up camper on it. And we've had it for about 18 months now, going on 19 months. And we're more casual users. We don't go full-time. Laurie's still caring for her mom, who's in an assisted living home, so we haven't been doing any long trips, but we like to go away for a few days. I like to go away every month around new moon and do astrophotography. So it's really been a great vehicle for us, a great camper, and it remains pretty much trouble-free. And now that I've said it,
You never know.
you know, I'm sure, you know, we'll run into something. But it's really been a great vehicle to have, and we're hoping to get out a little bit more. We're going to be heading down to Newport Beach here in the beginning of December. We're going to a pickleball camp, a couple of days of pickleball instruction. Oh, Tyson McGuffin's camp, for those of you that might be pickleballers. We're really enjoying the added flexibility that this Solus has provided to us. Again, if you are new to the channel, we used to have a Class A motorhome, and we pulled a Honda Element. And really, this camper van is made for traveling. You can quickly get up and go, and we can no problem parking it in the Safeway or Vons or Albertsons parking lots. And again, this is a 59PX, so it's 21 feet long. And while this does have a generator, and we could actually do this cooking by running the generator to provide the AC power, we thought it'd be a good opportunity to test the Jackery Explorer 1500. And when I said before it was drawing 850 something watts and it was 13 hours, actually that was 1.3 hours. I couldn't see the decimal point on the display because we got the sunlight that's impacting my ability to see the display. But yeah, it's having these Jackery power stations have been great for us because we tend to camp more away from RV parks where there's power, and so these power stations come in handy. They're good for charging up our electric bike batteries, and I use it to power my astrophotography gear, my mount, my cameras, and we have a couple of portable solar panels that enable us to recharge these. And also recently we've added a Starlink RV service when we travel. It's a great addition. Again, we like to go to the remote areas, and we now have the ability to stay connected. So what are we going to talk about now, Laurie?
Oh, well, I've browned the meat, and then I added 2 cloves of garlic that's been minced, a small onion chopped. I added the meat back. I put in about a teaspoon or so of salt, and potatoes, and 3 potatoes, and about 4 carrots sliced up.
Okay.
And I added some thyme, which is one of my favorite seasonings. Actually, with the potatoes, maybe I should put more salt in. I put a half a teaspoon, maybe a full teaspoon.
Okay. And Laurie generally doesn't measure things. Occasionally you do.
I do.
And what kind of stock is that?
This is just chicken stock. You probably could use beef stock, but I just happen to have chicken with me. So this is about 2 cups. And usually I would add tomato paste, but I don't have any tomato paste with me, so I'm adding some just tomato puree.
All right. And the paste just helps it thicken up the...
Thicken up, and it gives it a little additional flavor too. This is about a 1/2 cup of tomato puree. And I'm just gonna mix that up.
And now, I saw that there was a lot of like, from the searing or sauteing, there was some beef on the bottom. So this is gonna loosen up those flavorful bits of beef, right?
Yeah, I'm kind of scraping it off. I can feel it on the bottom. Usually when you saute the onions, it'll bring up any of the fond that's stuck to the bottom of your pan. So now I'm going to set our 6-quart Instapot for 25 minutes on high pressure.
Okay, and again, the 6-quart is rated for 1,000 watts. And right now, since Laurie has turned it down, and I guess now you're gonna put it on, did you get that? Yeah. And then we'll see how much power it draws in this mode. Definitely you were using very high heat to saute the meat. And we're at 81%, so with about 30 more minutes of cook time, I don't think we're going to have any issue at all with this having, you know, we're going to have enough power. We're going to have more than enough power. So the big thing is that your power station has to have enough, deliver enough watts for the device. So again, this one being 1,000 watts, the Instapot, this has the ability to deliver that 1,000 watts that's needed. And again, it was only using like 852. So, all right, we got another RV checking in here in Oceana. We're at the Oceana Elks in Oceana, California tonight.
So this is all set to go, 25 minutes, pressure on high.
Okay, so I think at this point, any last things before we cut away, and then we'll be back when we're close, when it's done, I think, right?
Yeah. Nothing else.
All right.
But I will put the recipe in the description box.
Okay, yeah, and be sure and check out our affiliate marketing links for Amazon in each of our video descriptions. If you're an Amazon shopper, if you use one of our links to go to Amazon, even though you don't buy the product at the end of the link, if you buy something else within 24 hours, then we get some affiliate marketing credit, and it doesn't cost anything to you. So we always appreciate when people do that, and it gives us a few pennies to help support what we're trying to do here as far as sharing information and that. All right, so we'll be back in a few.
Well, our Instapot has turned off. It's cooked for 26 minutes, and I let it dissipate naturally. That means I didn't try to force the venting. I'm just going to take this off.
And our lighting conditions might be a little bit bad in here, but we're doing the best we can.
So I'm going to give it a little taste, see if it needs any additional salt or anything. Good. And what I'm going to do is add some vegetables, and I'm going to thicken it. And I usually use a paste made of butter and flour, equal parts butter and flour, just to to thicken the sauce. You use about 1 tablespoon of flour for each cup of liquid. And I'm going to reheat so I just added some green beans, but you can use peas or whatever.
We weren't able to find peas today.
No, they just don't seem to have it in the stores anymore. And this is called beurre Meunier, and really thickens things very quickly. It gives it a nice buttery taste, and it doesn't create lumps.
And what's the combination of flour and
It's
butter?
just equal parts butter and flour. And it thickens very quickly. It's much more effective than using a cornstarch or flour and water. And I like the flavor, the butter flavor that it gives stews or soups, whatever you're using. And since it's just Bill and I are going to eat this, I'm just using the same spoon. And as you can see, the stew's almost thick enough.
So how much more do we have to cook?
We're just going to let the green beans cook a little bit and stew thicken, and then we'll be ready to eat.
So we're going to step away for a few minutes, and we'll be right back.
Well, I let the stew, with the thickener, I cooked the stew with the thickener for about 5 minutes. And I think it's ready. And you can put as much thickener as you like.
And so again, you have green beans, potatoes,
Carrots,
onions, and stew meat.
and stew meat.
Okay.
So I know Bill's not really wild about green beans, so I only gave him a few. But here's our stew.
Okay. All right, so I think at this point, Laurie's going to plate a second bowl, and then we're going to sit down at our table, and we're going to do a recap. So we'll be back in a second. Okay, so here we are. Laurie made a fantastic meal tonight using her 6-quart instant pot and powered by our Jackery Explorer 1500. And what we demonstrated tonight is we had plenty of power. We started with 95% on the 1500, and we're now down at 55%. So more than enough capacity to drive a 1,000 watt 6-quart instant pot. It was interesting, it says it's rated at 1,000 watts, but really the highest we saw was about 856 watts. So, you know, you can get a couple of stew meals out of that, well, at least 2 anyway, out of that Jackery 1500. So, what do you think, Laurie?
I think it tastes pretty good.
It does. Very good. And
we're watching our carbs, but it would go good with rice or bread. So this is a very simple meal. Hope you try it out, and you know, bring your Instapot along. And we could made short ribs in just a 3-quart, and we had plenty of power on a. Did we use the 1,000 Jackery for that?
We used the 1,000 Jackery Explorer 1000 for that cook. And again, you know, we have a 2,800 watt generator on our Solus 2022 Winnebago Solus 59PX. But there's sometimes that you just don't want to maybe run the generator. You're in a location where you know you're going to have enough sun, where the next day you can recharge your Jackery with your portable. We have 2 Balder 120 watt solar panels, and we can put both panels into this Jackery Explorer 1500 and to recharge it during the daylight. You know, other times you know, maybe you might want to run your generator. Although, you know, we have a generator, we rarely run it. Occasionally, when I'm out in the desert and I've been running off solar all day, I might put it on for 30 minutes or so just to top up the batteries for overnight. But
I think we try to be considerate of our neighbors and really don't want to disturb the stillness of when you're outside.
But that is one thing about the generator on this Solus 2022 Winnebago Solus 59PX is it is rated for 60 dBs or less. So it is really kind of quiet. But again, as Laurie said, um, the power stations and replenishing them with the sun is what we prefer to do. And but if we needed to, we could have cooked this using the generator. But you know, the sun is free, so you know, if you have the solar panels and you have the power station, why not? All right, well,
So try this recipe. You can make it on your stovetop if you wanted to using the same recipe. If it just take a lot longer, Instapot is really convenient to speed up cooking.
yeah, and if you're a red wine drinker and if you like Zin wine, Zinfandels, you might want to check out if there's a Costco near you. Do they have Saldo, Saldo? It's a very plain bottle with just a red label saying Saldo. It's made by Prisoner Wine Company, and it's a nice wine. $23 is a little bit more than what we normally spend, but hey, on occasion, uh, why not? So, all right, well, we hope to be doing a little bit more on the channel going forward as we're getting out a bit more now and traveling. We want to thank all the viewers for dropping into the channel and all the subscribers that have stuck with us. And other than that, if you like this kind of content, please give it a thumbs up.
Like, share, and subscribe.
Other than that, we're going to enjoy a wonderful meal. That's one thing about traveling with Laurie. Excellent cook. I eat well when we're on the road. Whether or not we have electric available or not, we can eat well. We can have some nice warm meals using our power stations, our Instapots, and
our pizza oven.
and our portable pizza oven. And if you're a pizza person, check out our 12th Avenue Cuisine channel. You spell the word out, 12th Avenue Cuisine. We have a couple of outdoor pizza ovens. Sometimes we're on the road with them. Other times we're just cooking in our backyard. And if you like pizza content, you want to make sure and check that one out. All right. Well, that's about it. And safe travels if you're on the road. Other than that,
See you next time.
see you next time. Very good, sweetheart.
Thank you.